guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do some repairs. I've been having one of those weeks that everything I touch breaks. So we're going to try to fix this thing. So as you can tell, it's a power washer. So what the deal here is with this power washer, and guys, I'm going down here and I'll show you. So we actually broke the spindle or the reel. Now the thing with this thing is I can actually buy the reel, but if you look closely, you'll notice that the actual handle's broken. And unfortunately, I can't find or locate a handle. Now the reel is like $40, and I'm sure the handle is going to be another $40. You know, on a $300 power washer, I just don't think it's worth it. So we're going to try to fix it. So we're going to do some plastic welding and see if we can get this thing to hold and stay together. So guys, let me set up my welder and let me take this spindle out. I'll videotape it while I do that, and then show you how I'm going to do this. So guys, I've got it all taken apart, as you can see. There's the plate, and it's broken there, and that's the piece that goes on there, and then this is the piece that goes on here like so. So we're going to try to fix that and see if we can make this thing stick together. So we're going to do a combination of the super glue. We'll probably use of course the plastic welder, and stitches to try to keep everything together. I might put a little bit of JB Weld underneath this too to hold her together. So we'll see if that helps, and then we'll put a couple of stitches inside here and on the other side. So let's get to it. All right, so drop that piece. So this goes right in here, and it's actually not bad of a break. Should fit pretty good back into place. At least I think it should. Well, let's take a look and see if I can get it to sit in there. And maybe I gotta go from the back side. No. Yeah, she's in there. Okay, so that we'll be able to definitely super glue together, and then we'll be able to stitch it from here. All right, so let's super glue that in so we've got something sturdy to work with. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of super glue around this edge here. I don't know if you guys can see that. All the way around. Okay. And then we'll put her into place and just push down on it and see if I can get it to sit right. Okay, we'll let that dry up for a few minutes. We'll grab that other piece that fell. Let's take a look at this guy. So this guy fits in here just like this. So just like so. So what I might do is put some super glue on the, well, I'm going to use super glue, but I might put a little bit of JB Weld inside this edge because it's a hollow edge, and let it sit in there. And then what I'll do is put a stitch here and a stitch here, and then a stitch on the other side, and that hopefully that'll hold. All right, let me get the JB Weld and we'll mix it up a little, and we'll get her in there and see if that helps solve the problem. Okay, give me a sec. All right, so let's mix some of this JB Weld. So the JB Weld, I don't know if you guys have ever used it before. It's equal parts of each one. One's white and one's black. So guys, I'm sitting here now just mixing it together. It should turn out to like a light gray. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right on this circular section here. And I'll use a super glue. On the outside edge here. To hold it in place. And we'll get her tucked in. I'm hoping that it's going to hold. I'm just going to take off the excess. So what I'm doing, why I'm putting super glue, is I'm trying to get it to hold in place, so it's easier to work with when we put the stitches in. I don't think the glue on its own is going to cut it, so we just got to try to kind of get it to kind of set where we need it to set, and then we can put the stitches in there with a plastic welder. So let me get a piece of paper towel, wipe this up a little bit, and we'll let it sit for a few minutes. But that's holding in already, which is awesome. Okay, let me grab an X-Acto knife. Sorry guys, I should have had everything ready, but let me grab the X-Acto knife and we'll clean that up. All right. So we got the X-Acto knife. We're just going to clean up the frays of plastic. Okay. So let's put this off to the side here for a second. Put this one off to the side here for a second, and we'll grab the welder. This way. Okay, so that's what she looks like. Now there's a whole bunch of different stitches in here, different style stitches. So that might be one that we could use. This is probably something I think that we're going to end up using on the inside wheel, and you can see that. Okay, so we'll keep this out. And this one is more of a point, which will probably get a little bit deeper, and that's pretty good. I'm not sure if that's the right one I want to use. I'm going to take a look. Hold on, guys. So this is a different gauge. Let's see. No, those are the same. Okay. So this tool is pretty cool. The reason I bought it was I used it to fix a cowl on an ATV that, and then we did some finish work on it, and it worked quite nicely. So let's see how if we can put it to work to fix this thing. So let me move this out of the way. I'm not quite sure, we'll see. All right, so unravel it. And then we're gonna plug her on up here. Extra plug right here. Plug it in. Okay. Heavy duty. Now what you want to do with these is slide them into the pin like so. I have my plastic piece there, and then just basically hit the switch and that'll start getting real hot. Once that heats up, then you place it onto the plastic. Now the key to success with this thing is not to put too much pressure to go through the plastic, but enough that it'll heat up and go through. And I'm going to put it right on there and just slightly turn and place. That's one. We'll get another one. So if you push it too far through, what's going to happen is it's going to come through the other side. So that's not what you want to do. So what we're going to try to do is get them, we'll warm this one up. We're going to try to go all the way around. Okay. We'll put it right beside that one. There we go. And we didn't go through. You see that? Now you can twist it if you like to try to get a little extra plastic underneath it. That's up to you. Because I'm going in a circle motion, I'm trying to keep them pretty tight together, and then we'll place them in there. I don't want to spin them too much. Okay, so we're going to heat that up. There we go. So what I'm doing is going straight around. It's actually pretty interesting because it's a pretty thin piece of plastic to hold the reel. So we're going to do that one here. There we go. And we're going to just keep going, guys. So when you're loading these things, definitely keep your finger off the trigger, unless you want to get burned. All right. Good. So the super glue held it in place, which was nice. And it allowed us to put pressure on these things and join them together. Get this one in, and I should get that pretty well all the way around. Now we got a hairline crack here, and we got another hairline crack here. What do? We got one here and one here. So I'm going to put one across that and one across that, just to keep her together, and we should be good. So where's that hairline crack? Well, it's right there. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. And then the other one is right here. I'll put that there. Just to give it a little bit of extra strength. If I'm not mistaken, it's right there. I'm just going to turn it a bit. There we go. So we're going to let that cool off for a second, guys, and then we're just going to cut off all these nibs, and we're pretty strong. So we can add a little bit of JB Weld on the inside of that if we like. Most likely we'll do that. Or we can actually use the actual plastic weld strips. Now the plastic weld strips, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think I need them here because there's no plastic missing. We just want to get something to give it a little extra strength. So let's grab the snipper. And then we just basically cut them off. There we go. Now, if you're trying to get a smooth finish on this, then you'll have to run either a die grinder over it, just lightly hit it with the wheel, and it'll smoothen it out. I'm okay with a little bit of these ridges sticking out because when I put the JB Weld on, I'll smoothen it over it, and it'll help hold the JB Weld to the plastic, and I think we'll be good. But that's looking really good. Okay, so let's mix a little bit more JB Weld, and we'll put it on here, and we'll let that dry, and then we'll move this out of the way. Okay, mix a little bit more. And we'll put it over that and let it dry. Stir it up. That's looking pretty good, guys. And we'll get on to the other piece now. We'll just give this a chance to start setting. Just smoothing that out. So right now what you see is when I'm going over it, I'm hitting those little nibs that I cut off. But that's okay. We've got clearance, so it's not going to do anything when we mount it back on. And it's going to help hold everything. Just got to make sure there's no glue on the inside of that. But we're good. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let that dry. Okay guys, so let's, we got this going. We're gonna do the plastic weld here at a stitch there. Grab a couple of pieces and let's do that. These are the other ones. So we want the wavy ones. One. We need two of them, I think, for there. Let me pull out two of them. We'll set that up. You'll learn real quick not to touch the trigger when you're trying to put these in. So that's that. We'll heat that up. You guys can see that. And I'm just gonna melt her right on in. And then spin it around a bit and pull her out. There you go. Okay, and we'll do another one on the other side. A little finicky to get them in. There we go. Okay, so we'll let those cool off for a second. And here we need ones that are a little bit more of a bend. I have those. So they're a different shape. I'll show you what they look like. They look like that. So I think that'll fit better right in here. So we can get those pushed through. So let's try that. And let's see how that works out. Nope. That fell out. Let's try that again. If it falls out like that, the guys, don't touch it because it's hot. Let's try that again. Twist it a bit. There we go. I think I got it in pretty good. I'll use that. Put that back on here. And we'll do one on the other side. Damn, okay, keep coming out. No, we'll just get another one. Let's try that again. 3 times is perfect. Okay. I think we're good. Just let that dry for a sec. Oh yeah. Okay, we're good. So there you go. We got those two in there. We got those two in there. And we'll just clip these off. Let's move this one out of the way. Get our plier. What do we do with our plier? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to order the bench, and we'll get my grinder, and I'm just going to grind off these and kind of get them smooth because they're pretty sharp, right? So we'll do that. So give me a second and I'll go and smoothen those out, and then we'll put a little bit of JB Weld over top of them, and we'll let them dry. So give me a sec and I'll be right back and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay guys, so I got them all smoothened out, so there's no more sharp edges on that. And same here, there's no sharp edges, just lightly smoothing it out. So we'll mix a little bit more of the JB Weld, and we're going to add some over top of that, just to smoothen it out on both sides. And then we're going to add a little bit of JB Weld in here, and then we'll let her dry. So let's mix up some JB Weld, and then we'll get her done. Mix that up. Nice, nice. Just smooth that over top. Like coat. And we'll do the same here. Looking good. So then what I'll do is I'll take the remaining I have, and I'm going to fill the inside of that. Is it overkill? Might be. But you know what? I got the glue here, so might as well use it. Just shove that in there. Shove that in there like that. All right, that's looking pretty good. Just make sure that there's no glue on the inside of that. Get a towel. And we're just going to lightly smoothen that out, and then we'll reassemble, and I'm hoping that's going to solve my problem. So once that's dry, it's going to take probably about 72 hours to cure 100%. I'll probably be able to put it back together within 24 hours. But before I put any pressure on it, I'll wait 3 days or so. But we'll let that dry up, and we'll get on to our next fix project. But that's Stitch Welder. It's a great little tool. There's different products for it. There's different filaments or plastic weld products for it, like so. Different colors. I've got a few different ones. I've got gray, off-white, clear, white, black. Awesome products. These are good to fill in voids completely inside the actual plastic. And then there's a plate that hooks up to that, so you can melt these. And that's what the plate looks like. And that plate is pretty cool. It just basically slips on like so. You get the gist. Go, and then you would just put your product down on the actual product and heat it up and melt it into place. So that's how that works. It sits in nice and tightly. It's a great tool, great way to fix some plastic projects. Pretty inexpensive. You can use strap ties if you run out of those filaments or run out of these. They work as well, but these are definitely a good product to use. And that's about it, guys. So we'll let that dry, and we'll get on to our next project. And then once this is dry, I'll reassemble and show you guys the final outcome. So guys, we've got another repair here. This is actually a lawnmower. Actually, I had fixed one before. Same deal. The handle brackets, I guess, mount to the actual lawnmower itself, and they've cracked. So what I've done here is I've shoved a piece of pipe inside just to kind of hold it in line, and we're going to re-weld it. And then what we're going to do is the way the brackets mount is on the outside. So basically they mount like so, and then the handle, it mounts somewhat like that, and then the handle itself screws into here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reinforce it. I'm going to put a piece of steel going right across here, and after we weld the pipe together, and I'll put one here and weld it in, and then we'll touch it up with a little bit of some paint, some trim cloth. So let's weld this up, and let's see how we can get it line up perfectly, and I'll clean it up, and then we'll put the little pieces of metal across. Hopefully that'll reinforce it, and we won't have a problem again. Okay guys, so I got them re-welded with the extra piece of metal on the side, and re-drilled with a piece of pipe on the inside. So I'm hoping that that's going to work out well. They feel quite beefy, which is good. And we'll give them a coat of paint, and we'll call it that. So guys, we got those sprayed up, and they're looking good. They're drying. And of course, we've got the power washer parts drying. So we'll let this cure overnight, and we'll get things back together. As you can see, the drywall has been repaired here also for the shop vac system, and painted. Everything is nice and clean. So we're good there, guys. So hopefully not too many other things break around here, but I hope you guys enjoyed that plastic welder. It's a cool little tool. It's not really expensive. If you guys want the link, just message me and I'll send you the link. You can purchase it on Amazon. Half decent, it really is. So let's let this dry, and then we'll put it back together, and I'll show you how this all turns out. So guys, it's been 48 hours since we've done that. I don't know if you can see that, but it looks like it's really dried well. It's very sturdy, so that's awesome. Same with this, looking pretty good. So I'm hoping we can get this back together, and let's see what happens. Okay, so let's get her back together. There we go. Awesome. So guys, she's back together. We're just gonna pop the handle in. There we go. And stretch out this hose, and we'll wrap her up. there we go, guys. She's back together. Let's take a closer look. Hold on. So there she is. Nice and sturdy. Now within a couple of days, like the JB weld will get stronger, but she's put back together, and I think we're good to go. And we'll wrap up that electrical wire and put it away till the next time we need it. So guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I know this video, some of the angles when we were doing the plastic welding and stitching weren't the greatest. I realized after the video was done. We will be doing more plastic welding on some other repairs down the road. And if you've watched to this point, guys, I really appreciate the support. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out. Thanks for watching.